Hopefully you are all having a good day. It is Monday again, the start of another busy week, maybe I should say. I wanted to do another video today, talk about some things that have been, I should say, really playing on my mind over the last few weeks. So obviously I've been thinking a lot about my dad lately. I mean, I wouldn't say that my dad's in bad health. I mean, I would say that he's in pretty good health. I mean, the thing that's been concerning us lately is that he keeps complaining that he's too hot, like he's really hot. It seems a bit odd, you know. We get the feeling that something's not right there. I mean, obviously, with him, you know, there has been incidents in the past where he has collapsed. I remember we were out one day at Stratford. We'd gone out shopping. It was about 20 to 12. And he said to me, "Do you want to go and get something to eat?" So I said, "Yeah, okay." So we went over to the old Stratford shopping centre to a half that we always used to go to, which was in the other market, or Danny's Pantry. We always used to go in there. Obviously, it's shut down. Well, it's not there now. It's still there, but it's under new ownership and it's under like a new name now. But we always used to go in there. And we went in there this particular day. I ordered beans on toast. My dad had ordered a cheeseburger and chips. After about 10 minutes, one of the girls brought our food out to us. And I was eating my lunch. He'd started eating his lunch. And all of a sudden, he went funny. He started laying his head all over the table. And it kept saying to me, "You're okay, you're okay." And he kept saying to me, "Give me a minute, give me a minute." I think the other people that were in there, they could see that something wasn't quite right, and they were saying, they were asking me, "Is he okay?" And I kept saying to them, "I don't know. I don't know what's wrong." Because that was the thing. Like, I didn't know at that moment what was wrong. I didn't know, what the matter was, or why he was, why he got a bit funny like that, why he was laying his head all over the table like that. But I knew that something wasn't right. He seems okay after a minute, and then all of a sudden he just went down on the floor and he just collapsed. And one of the girls ran to get one of the first aiders. They came back and they gave him some water, and then they were going to phone an ambulance. But he said, "No, it's okay. I'll be fine." Now, I mean, obviously we had the incident at Christmas as well. Christmas Day, we were having our dinner. We were around my nan's having our Christmas dinner. He started complaining that he was too hot. That he felt really hot. And he said that he was going to go out onto the back balcony. My nan had like a little back balcony, and he'd said that he was going to go out onto the back balcony to get some fresh air. I mean, it was obviously pretty hot in there in the living room, but it didn't really bother any of us. But he started complaining that he was too hot, and he said, "Oh, I'm going to go out onto the balcony to get some fresh air." After about 5 minutes or so, my mum had said to my uncle, "Go and check on him, make sure he's okay." I'd finished my dinner because I didn't have much on my plate, and obviously at the time, so I'd finished my dinner fairly quickly. And we both got up and we went out to check on him, and we went to the kitchen door that leads out onto the back balcony. And there's a door in like the living room that leads out onto the back balcony as well. And I was stood by that door, and I went my mum, obviously before that my uncle had gone out to see if he was okay, and when my mum said to me, "Is he okay?" My uncle said, "No, he's collapsed, like he was, he was laying on the floor." Um, so I got up to make sure that he was to go and see him to see if he was okay. My mum kept saying to me, "Has he woken up yet? Is he coming round yet?" And I kept saying to her, "No, he's not coming, not yet. No, no, not yet. No, not yet." and she was saying, right, I'm gonna, and she said, then all of a sudden he started coming round, he started sort of waking up a bit and started coming round and looked like he was gonna get back up, but then he went down again. And my mum phoned for an ambulance, but they wouldn't send an ambulance out. They said, we would have to make our own way to the hospital. But it's like, how are we going to do that? You know, Obviously it was Christmas Day. There was no transport. We would have had to find a taxi to get us there. Um, the thing that scares me with my dad is that, one day he'll be doing something and he'll just collapse and that'll be it. He won't get back up. I don't want to think that that's gonna happen, but there is that part of me that's I think is always going to fear that that's going to happen. Um, I think to be honest with you, I can go through that that pain of losing some and losing another member of the family. Considering I've already lost my nan, my granddad, obviously over the last couple of years. Um, it would be, tough to lose another member of the family, whenever he's doing something, he starts to get, quite tired, or he starts to get a bit, we say to him, sit down, take a rest, because we're worried that, we're always worried that if he does too much, he's going to collapse. It's crazy to think that there has been a lot of incidents where he has just randomly collapsed and obviously been out of it for about 5 minutes, at the most. But this one on Christmas Day, it was a bit scary because he was kind of out of it for a little while. Actually, he was out of it for at least 10 minutes at the most, and then he started coming round, and all of a sudden he went back down again. And he started coming round, but then he went unconscious again. It was really scary, you know. And as I said, that obviously when we were out that day at Stratford and it collapsed, it scared me. I was trying to phone my mum. I accidentally phoned Argos by mistake. I tried to phone my mum, but I wasn't getting the answer. I wasn't getting any answer on her phone. Um, it's just scary to see things like that. And obviously we've never really had that definitive answer for why he's collapsed. For what's caused him to collapse like that. We know that we know that something's not right. I think we all know that. I think I know that. My mum knows that. My nan knows that. I think we all know that something is not right there, but we don't know what it is. Like we don't have an answer for what is going on. For what's causing this. The fact that he's always complaining that he feels really hot. Like to me, that's unusual. To me, it just seems a bit unusual. The fact that he's always complaining that he feels really hot. That to me, I think it feels like a bit of a cause for concern. I think that's what. I think that is what has become a cause for concern recently is the fact that he's constantly complaining about the fact that that he feels hot and everything. It just seems a bit odd. It seems a bit unusual. The fact that he's always complaining about that. He's always complaining that he feels hot. Um, you know, we don't. I mean, we don't know what's causing it, but there's definitely something not right there. I've often wondered if he has heart issues, but he did have a heart attack when he was 21. He had a heart attack. It wasn't a severe heart attack. It was quite a mild heart attack that he had. Um, and obviously then in later years he's had these issues where he's collapsed. You know, and obviously he's been out with us. He's collapsed. He collapsed on my great nan's Christmas Day. He's been at my nan's house before and collapsed in her garden. He was helping out with the garden and he just collapsed. it's very scary because, and as I said, it's really scary because we don't know what's causing these issues. We don't know what's causing him to what's been causing him to collapse like that. We don't know what's been causing, because we know that something is going on there. The fact that he's been known to collapse like that, and he's recently been over the last, it's become quite noticeable over the last several weeks. He's often complaining that he feels really hot. And again, we don't know why he's always complaining that he feels like he's always complaining about that. But it does, it's definitely quite worrying. It's quite concerning. And it has definitely been, that is one thing that has definitely become, quite a cause for concern. Um, the fact that he's always complaining that he feels really hot just seems something doesn't seem quite right there. And I think we've known that for a little while that something doesn't particularly feel quite right. I don't want to say that I fear that something, that something's not right there, but I don't know. But as I said, it worries me. That one day I think that that fear is always going to be there. That one day he's just going to collapse and he's not going to get back up. I think I feared that happening ever since my granddad passed away. I've been fearful of something like that happening. I mean, I would never want someone to go through. I would never want someone to go through what he went through. And to be in that situation. But I mean, obviously, he's 61. You know, um, I think his dad had heart issues, so it won't surprise me if he did. I mean, there's definitely something going on there. There's definitely something that isn't quite right. I mean, even my nan was saying now on the phone today. She was on the phone to my mum earlier, and she was saying that something's definitely not, not quite right with him. And I think, it's like we've all noticed that. We all know that something is not right. We can see, we can see that there is something not right there. The fact that, he's always complaining that he feels hot seems, something, it's telling us that something's not right. It seems, it just doesn't seem normal. It just doesn't seem right, the fact that he's always complaining that he feels so hot. Like, even on days where it's not been that warm, or it's actually been like it's been quite cold, he's still been complaining that he feels really hot, and it's just odd. Like it's really unusual. I don't know if it's his blood pressure. I don't know if it's something else. You know, I mean, it would just be kind of a good idea. Good to know what is causing this. Like what's going on there. Why he's doing. Why he's always complaining that he feels so hot. There must definitely be something that's causing that, but I just don't know what it is. None of us do. None of us have a definitive answer for what could be wrong. We know that something's wrong. We know that something's not right there, but we just don't know what it is. Like, mm-mm. But I think we're all scared that one day, he's gonna collapse and and he won't get back up. I think I think we're always gonna fear that. Um, it's like we don't want to fear that. None of us do, but we can't help but fear that. At this point, it's become a bit, it's become really concerning. Um, but yeah, I thought I'd give my thoughts on that today. I have got another video coming your way later on. I'll probably do it after I've had my tea, or I might do it just before dinner. Um, I'm planning to do a video today where I talk about my favourite video games and, list some of my favourite games and talk about why they're my favourites. And that video will probably be coming out later on this evening. Probably, as I said, probably after dinner, probably around maybe about 5 o'clock, half five. I'm on to do that. I'll probably do that video and then it'll be uploaded probably it'll probably be available to watch on my channel at around about 7 p.m. So I'll do that, get that uploaded. Obviously this video will be going out first. This video will be, uploaded fairly soon. Once I obviously, which, and I hope you do enjoy this video. Um, so yeah, before I go, I just do want to say a quick thank you to all of those people who have subscribed to my channel and continue to support this channel and support what I do, support, continue to show support for my videos. It's good to see that people are watching my videos and that they are seemingly getting some interest. I appreciate you liking the videos. I appreciate you watching them. I appreciate you supporting my channel. I appreciate, all of the people that subscribed so far. It means a lot to see that, a lot of you have subscribed and a lot of you are supporting this channel and supporting what I do. So thank you very much for that. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you for the next video later on. Have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll see you then. Bye.